Who goes there? That nightmare again.
Not sure what that was. That was very disturbing. Welcome back, actually, part 11. We escaped the insane asylum and we are now back in the Hawkins family's mansion, and somebody is discussing something with somebody. Who's she? Who's that?
You're awake, Mr. Pierce. How do you feel?
Fucked up.
Did I sleep long?
The day is only starting. It's fine.
Why are you not dead?
How's our fugitive? Dr. Fuller hasn't reported your disappearance to the force, but that'll come soon.
Bradley?
Who else would it be?
Mr. Pierce, are you all right? You look like you saw a ghost.
Yes, I just got died.
There are things I can't explain.
Tell us. What happened?
What I'm sure of now is that the Hawkins case isn't just an accident.
And what brings you to that conclusion?
The fact that Charles Hawkins survived the fire.
I don't understand. Mr. Hawkins was buried.
That's what he would have you believe.
I have a hard time believing you.
You were there, Bradley. You even opened fire on him.
I'd remember that.
Why would he fake his own death? Do you think he covered up his wife's murder?
That's possible.
Seems hard to swallow. Don't you have anything more concrete, Pierce?
What's the deal with this officer? He had amnesia, or is he on it? In on it?
I found a Darkwater PD badge. Lost a colleague recently?
What the?
Bradley.
Ethan?
I'm all right. I just had a... It's gone.
You're sure?
If it's important, it'll come back. But I can't explain why Dr. Fuller would have that badge.
The man's a danger, believe me.
What can we do, Pierce?
Did they wipe his memory?
Bradley, what do you remember?
I don't understand your question.
The night we went into the Hawkins mansion. You don't seem to remember the tunnels and what occurred there.
No memory of going down any tunnel. No, we were in the manor, then...
Then what?
The rest is quite blurry. I don't recall how I came back home.
And then?
I went to visit you at the hospital. And called on Marie's help to get you released.
And you don't remember the events of the tunnel?
I don't. Let's talk about something else.
I heard you talking earlier.
Why am I not surprised?
I get the impression
out of his mouth.
don't get along.
Intrusive and not very clever. Anyway, let's get back to the business at hand.
I found a file bearing Sarah Hawkins' name in the Institute's basement.
It makes sense. A powerful family like the Hawkins had the means to hide such a disgrace.
But everyone knows the Fullers have been taking care of the Hawkins for at least a generation. And all were aware of Mrs. Hawkins' fragility.
Perhaps, but no one would allow a psychiatric internment.
From what I read in the file, Fuller used her as a subject of his experiments.
Francis Sanders and Sarah Hawkins, subjects of Dr. Fuller. Why those two?
Yeah, why indeed?
Dr. Fuller seems to be leaving a trail of corpses. Not to mention those strange machines, chains, and tools of all kinds.
Yes, I've been telling you that Fuller uses his patients as guinea pigs.
To say the
What I
least.
saw was more akin to torture than medicine.
Do you even hear what you're saying? Dr. Fuller is highly respected.
Have you seen this
It's the
asylum?
truth, Ethan, and I'll prove it to you. I'm listening, Mr. Pierce.
Given the energy he pours into Riverside, I presume it was Fuller's creation.
his father's to be correct. He was a surgeon on board the Scylla. He founded the hospital in 1904 with funds from the Hawkins family before he died and his son Thomas Fuller took over.
Two families inextricably linked.
Huh.
Most island families are that way. Captain Fitzroy's father was also a seaman aboard the Scylla.
Powerful families dominating everything.
Yes, and as you could tell, Dr. Fuller is like some crazed emperor.
He wouldn't be happy if he knew we were snooping around.
I don't fear him. Do you wish to know anything else?
Maybe you should fear him. It all comes back to the Scylla and that one great catch, doesn't it?
I met a Francis Sanders. You know him.
Of course, he's a patient. Or was. I haven't seen him since Dr. Fuller had him transferred
He
to the base.
died.
He knew Sarah Hawkins. And that's what killed him.
What? How did he die?
I'm not sure I can explain.
Tell me how Mr. Sanders died.
I didn't see what, but something was there with us.
Of what do you speak?
Sanders said it was Sarah Hawkins' visitor. He spoke of it like a living being.
Sarah Hawkins? Have I missed something here? This makes no sense. I don't see how it can help crack the Hawkins case.
You really think she's involved? How could she have murdered Mr. Sanders?
No, I don't think she did.
Sanders mentioned Mrs. Hawkins just before dying. It's no coincidence.
You know, Francis Sanders was a well-known art collector. I guess he can still pay a visit to his wife, Irene Sanders.
An art collector, you say? That's probably how they met.
If you plan on having dinner at the Sanders household, please spare the widow the tale of her late husband's suffering.
I don't agree. She deserves the truth.
But that truth may be biased. We don't know the bottom of it.
That's true, we don't know the bottom of it, but she does deserve to know that her husband's dead, and maybe that will trigger something.
He's right. We can't ignore the truth.
But it could drive her mad.
Better madness than ignorance. Very well. I'll go to see Francis's widow. Perhaps I'll find a link between her husband's death and Sarah Hawkins.
Don't end up in the hospital this time.
I'll do my best.
Okay. There were some. Let's also increase this. But there's need one more point. Let's keep it like that. Or increase this maybe. Nah, let's increase cycle. Gee. Points remaining. I can improve strength, but I haven't used this a lot actually. Let's keep it at this for now. Yes. Also, there was something in one of the first chapters. CFS. Francis Sanders, FS. He got all those paintings. Most likely. Let's see. FS, 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 FS. So that's Dr. Fuller, that's Francis Sanders. The Shambler for Francis Sanders. Interesting. Charles Hawkins, Murray Colden. Okay. sleeping cultist. Nice. Oh yeah, I need to refill that. What's her name again?
Let us go now and learn the
Bird
truth
folder.
about what's happening on this island.
A place I can refill this? There was a place in this house to do that. Maybe upstairs there's something I can figure out still. Was it all leave? Yeah, it's all leave. Okay, whatever, let's leave. Let's go to the Sanders residence and confront the widow Sanders. Aufmachen!
What can I do for you, sir?
Mrs. Sanders, I'm a private detective. We must talk about your husband and his ties to Sarah Hawkins. Can I come in?
You may. However, before we go any further, please know that my husband died yesterday.
That is precisely what brings me here.
Well,
Sure.
now, look who's here.
What's her
You
deal?
know each other. Our paths crossed, briefly. The brave detective has a talent for sticking his nose into my business.
There was
I
one
bump
time.
into her every time I'm investigating someone's death.
It's a small island, detective. My island. It's better that it's you bumping into me. You're investigating Francis' death. Why? Who hired you?
I spoke to Francis before he died. His story suggests a link to a case I'm working on.
Well, since this business has got nothing to do with me, I'll be in your husband's office, Irene. We'll carry on later. Very well, Miss Baker. This way, Mr. Pierce. And do make yourself comfortable. It would seem that you have much to tell me. May I inquire as to when you had the opportunity to talk to my husband?
Yesterday, I met him at the hospital. He spoke to me about Sarah Hawkins.
Oh, of course he spoke to you about her. That's all he talked about. Sarah Hawkins and her paintings. Please forgive my tone. The fact is that I have not been allowed to see him since he was interned. You, on the other hand, a perfect stranger, were able to see him and even talk with him the day he died. How was it? Were you present when he had this attack? What happened?
Yeah, he died screaming right before. No, let's not tell that to her. She's taking it quite well, actually. Yes, she does. Well,
What happened to your husband is terrible, Mrs. Sanders. But from what I saw, it was inevitable. The man I met yesterday had lost his reason. He suffers no longer, if you would allow me such a platitude.
Of course. Thank you for your kind words. Nobody in that hospital would have deigned to speak them to me. However, it will require more than that to soothe my mind. I need to understand. How could this happen? In a reputed institute. And right before your eyes. Did you not do anything to help him?
Did I tell her that? I don't think I did. Oh, that's mean. How eloquent am I? Not very, I think.
It's terrible what happened to your husband, but I had nothing to do with it. I was injured, and I came across him in the hospital quite by chance.
Injured? Well, I'm delighted to see you in such fine fettle, Detective. Not everybody enjoyed such a prompt recovery.
I suppose Fuller does do miracles.
Luck is obviously very kind to you. Oh, I'm tired, Mr. Pierce. I would be grateful if you could tell me what you expect of me, and then leave.
What is she doing here? It's kind of personal, actually, but...
Did your husband talk to you about Sarah Hawkins' visitor? Shambler, to use his precise terms.
Well, you can't imagine that's all we talked about. It's exhibited at the center of the gallery. No better place for the painting that endowed him with the privilege of such a shameful and miserable end to his life.
The Shambler is a painting by Sarah Hawkins.
Who else to paint such horrors? Take a look for yourself, if you feel so inclined.
It is my only lead at this stage. I suppose I have nothing to lose.
Then you have paid no heed. For my part, I refuse to set foot in that gallery again. But if you're so eager to see it...
Thank you, Mrs. Sanders. I won't be long.
I know something with Cthulhu mythos that the Shambler is actually a monster thing, so...
The day the Shambler came into the Sanders' lives.
Oh, hello. Reconstructed mode activated.
Francis Sanders and Sarah Hawkins were close. Friends, even?
He looks so different.
A house of artists. A house of artists.
Yes, it is. I can't go into this room. Can't go into here, so there must be some other things to be looked at.
Sanders' accession register. He wrote beside the Shambler. Finally. What did Sarah Hawkins fear so much that she didn't want to sell the painting?
He talked about an invocation and a revocation or something, so...
He finally won. Was Sanders aware of his imminent doom?
She hates it. She's apprehensive, I think.
She first refused to sell the painting. How did that make her feel? Was she jealous of Sarah Hawkins? The Shambler. I need to see it.
I don't think you do.
Did she really care for him after all?
Dear madam, I acknowledge receipt of the letter in which you demand the body of your deceased husband. I am sorry to inform you that I cannot agree to return his body to you. The moment of his interment, you signed a discharge allowing me to dispose of his body as I see fit. I extend my deepest condolences to you, Thomas Fuller. Asshole! Just give the... What the hell, man? I'm quite curious as to where the office is going. I want to talk to Kat before I see the Shambler. It's all locked. House. Nope. Also locked.
Let's see what this cylinder has to say once it's inserted in a phonograph.
That's Lovecraft.
Irene, I made a mistake. I fear that it might be too late for me. Nobody should enter, except to burn everything. I never had the courage. Pay somebody to do it. Inside my head, I see him. Behind my eyelids. Each time I shut my eyes. I can't take anymore. I can't hold it back. Forgive me.
accursed paintings, that accursed Sarah.
Irene, I made a mistake.
Yeah, okay.
I
Well,
fear that it might be too late for me.
let's see if there's something here to see quickly before we...
I never had the courage.
Nope.
Pay somebody to do it.
Continue. There she is. Well, let's interview Miss Cat in the next episode of Let's Play Call of Cthulhu.